Don't ever let that escape your mind. I I run fucking hotter than the fiery depths of hell.
Damn.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see who's next. I think. Oh,
And
it's
the verdict?
Kazuha. God damn it! I forgot.
What?
I forgot that Kazuha is the next person. I thought it was Zhongli for some
Oh.
reason. Okay, so it has to be. So one of them has to be Kazuha, obviously. This one's Kazuha.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori Festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
Well, surprise, surprise.
I
Or,
was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
I forget that he's traveling with Beta.
yeah.
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I suddenly heard light footsteps around me. I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my feet. Huh. How did you know?
I love Kazuha.
Kazuha's dope.
Fascinating. It's almost hard to believe such things could happen.
Hold on. Let me close out my browser. Just so that it
It was too
lightens.
loud.
No, it just it lightens the load on the PC.
Mm.
Sure, here it is. Please, have a look.
Akihito. Are you doing something?
Robin?
Are you doing something?
Yes.
What? I heard it like 3 times.
Ah.
Okay.
Last time, Aoi no Okina's co-op story this time basically says that, well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate. So I'm not all that different from Akihito mentioned in this story.
How convenient.
Mhm.
Traveler, what are you thinking about?
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right? In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution. While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
He can just carve a seal?
Wow, that's an idea.
What can't this man do? Increases
He can
elemental
do everything.
damage. Swirls
He
like a
can whoop.
motherfucker. Jumps in the air. Yeah. Ooh, Albedo and Kazuha? I love all these interactions.
Albedo and Kazuha, I love it. It's amazing.
It's what I live for in this game. Is to have all these characters interact.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho.
Interesting. The story of the 5 Kasen appears again, and with a timely solution.
Mhm.
Stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However, since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used it. But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Ouya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
Okay.
See, I can't do that. Oh, PS4, I can't.
All the wonders of having a PC.
Yes, that's it, Genyu. Your writing has greatly improved today.
Whoa.
Means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
Sir?
You just had a 10-minute
When
Wow.
it comes to pushing a deadline,
No wonder Lady Yi would always send the editorial.
Whoa. This is getting
Oh my
scary.
god, look at all those
It
books.
hasn't even been that long, and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr.
Who is that on the cover?
We found a solution that might just solve our dilemma.
Green?
I don't
green
know.
hair?
I was thinking that as soon as I saw it.
In both Liyue and Inazuma,
I was like, Baizu, is that you?
this is the equivalent
That's
of
what it
a
looked like. It
signature.
looked like sucrose.
If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern on each book.
Alright, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Yes.
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
Well, if you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In that case, I shall contact the other two authors participating in the new release event.
Cool.
That's so
It is
clutch.
a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events.
Such a cool name, by the way.
In this new format,
Kadeno Koji Kenzaburo?
No, Calx.
Oh, okay. To be fair, that's a dope name.
It is.
It does throw me off a little
I'm
bit
sorry to have
that
kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here.
it does throw me off a little bit that they like switch between the fucking pen names and the actual names so often.
The books that
Yeah.
Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the I.
We did it.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right. You're finally.
But yeah, because like the Aether and Paimon call them by their actual names, and then like
Yeah.
everybody else is like Calx, Zhenyu.
Yeah.
It's like who and who? I do like Calx. Calx is a very good name.
Yeah.
Cutscene.
We still have some time to burn.
Oh look. Oh.
There you are.
I wonder who the last one is.
Soon.
Oh, it's Ayaka and Venti. That's an interesting combo.
I was just
Word.
going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of... This bard just happened to be close
This
by at
bard.
the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you.
Bro,
two.
Venti is hilarious, bro. Can we
He is.
just... I love his
However, what you
character.
found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before. Here's the paper. Please have a look.
Okay.
All the poems we found.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear. Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet, and
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Yeah, Venti's mad cool.
Venti's, I can't, bro. I love Venti. Like, I need him in every cutscene. He's so fucking, like, his comedic timing is great.
Dude, you trying to get a drink?
Going over his poetry, I found the plagiarized piece now have Scarlet Steel. Submerged, blah, 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 blah. The true verses were not washed away. Pass me by, waiting. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blue.
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those two methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up.
Also, I would like to point out those choices they give you, where it's like the traveler is just saying one thing in two choices.
Yes.
That's the dumbest shit ever. That's the dumbest shit ever.
It's really stupid.
They give you a choice of like, oh, traveler, what did you have for breakfast today? It was, and then the choice is like a sandwich, and then the choice under it is like with mayonnaise.
Yo, Dad.
Like, what do you mean?
It's the worst.
And I'd be picking like the dumb shit, like, oh, I'm gonna just say, like, what did you have for lunch today? With mayonnaise. Like, no, motherfucker, he didn't say that.
The writing is really like bad when it comes to that.
Like that. What? Why are you giving me that choice?
Although the story is satisfying, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizomi's portraits.
Tell me when I'm wrong. I want to know when I'm lying.
Would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
You tell no lies here, sir.
Kazuha Ayaka. So who's the last one? Is it Ayato? I thought the last one. Wait, is the last one the one that you said I would not be able to guess?
The last one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Albedo, maybe? I don't know.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets.
Oh,
People
yeah.
bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
Wait a second. I saw black.
The poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated. That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5
Ooh.
Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
Soon after. This guy just makes it.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen,
What's wrong, Paimon? You seem upset, Paimon.
one of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right? It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Have you really not noticed?
You fucking idiot.
This is no time to be playing games, little deaf bard.
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh? Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akahito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akahito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means, the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akahito. What? Kuranushi?
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the Shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
Kuranushi? In our world?
It's Paimon.
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him.
Don't make me walk over there. Riveting gameplay.
Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank
Took a lot of skill, man.
Oh my god. I think I'm sweating.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 Kasen reminded you of anything?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family.
Oh.
I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever.
So what, this is like Kazuha's brother?
Kaidehara, please forgive my
Oh.
assumption.
Kaidehara?
Perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
Raiden Gokuden?
Huh?
What's that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing.
Yep.
But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
So ask her.
It's fine. Those of us here are all
There you go.
trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it. However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the writing. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission.
Please tell me this is not an NPC.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Aminoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time.
Oh, your verse!
The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Oh, wait a second.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha
Wait a second.
Why am I saying whoa like that?
connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
Yes, but that's all part of the past.
Wow.
Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was
Okay.
dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he
That's a
was
fucking
young,
mouthful.
my grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
To
My elder
who?
brother mentioned that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades,
Is it Kujo
three
Sara?
of the family suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely.
Maybe.
There was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden.
It's Senora, isn't it?
However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Ah, love those.
Indeed.
Word.
I've always thought such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedahara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. I will tell you everything I know then.
So wait, is this going into the... Oh, yes it is. Never mind.
Yeah, so that's it. If you do the next part, then you'll definitely.
So, how long is this last part? It can't be that long.
I don't think it is. I think it may take another 20 minutes or so.
Alright, fuck it, let's do it.
You wanna do it?
Yeah, fuck it. I don't think it's gonna... I think it's gonna take like 15 minutes. Because we're 24 minutes in.
I'm trying to remember.
Ah, you're here. It appears everyone has arrived. Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was able to learn the entirety of what happened all those years ago. In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram.
So there was just someone available that could explain all of this to him, and he decided now to go to them?
Yep.
Okay. I guess.
Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced,
I guess.
Nah.
this was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective.
The reason I say that, by the way, is because he was like, oh, it's always been bothering me, like what happened or whatever.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that this has been on your mind the entire time? And now you
Yeah.
decide to just go to some random NPC who knows everything, and we're like, "Hey, what happened?"
When the deadline
And he
came,
comes back with all the
it
answers.
still wasn't
Exactly.
finished. So the craftsmen all fled and hid for fear of punishment. The Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually tracked down the craftsmen near the seaside.
It's Ito.
However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for
You
the
can't
short
just do the same
service
reaction
they
for every
received,
character I say.
and the family gradually fell into decline.
Yes, I can.
I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
It's Ayato.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. Treacherous people took advantage of the situation and put the family's status in the Yashiro Commission at jeopardy. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation.
I see.
But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
Your brother, you say?
Forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the 5 Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather, the diagram had been tampered with by someone.
Toma.
Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram ever since the failed forging all those... Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand.
What?
I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
So now, got it.
Mm-hmm.
The palace died in black. Ooh, 40 primos.
Love that.
Always love that. Alright, so if this is someone rant, I swear to God, bro, if this is an NPC, I'm gonna pop the blood wrestle. This will push me over the edge. I beg, this will push me over the edge. I'm unleashed on this fucking game. Where? Oh, fuck. Over here. Hello.
Everyone, I've managed to find the old diagram.
Perfect.
Though the diagram is well preserved,
All they do is move locations. Same conversation.
Wow, that's pretty old. Is it still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
Thank you, Venti. There's someone looking at this fucking logically. What am I looking at? A sword, yes. I see Electro there, right? It's either Raiden or Sarah. That's it. I have deduced.
The effect is not too obvious. You can still see that some words have now started to smudge. Kazuha. This is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaedehara clan all those years ago.
But who?
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world. My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again. even till the day of his passing.
So it's Kazuha's fucking
Looking back,
family lineage?
the argument between the two of them was simply meaningless.
Don't shake your head at me.
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young. But later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts. It appears that his failure took quite a toll on him.
Okay.
Did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret within? Did he use those exact words?
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words, and still remembers them very clearly.
I need to meet this servant.
My grandfather
Who
was
is this
so
servant
angry
that knows
He
everything?
smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning. Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within. Don't you find that a little strange?
Huh? Oh.
Is it the invisible link? Or link?
My
Ink?
great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is highly likely.
Okay.
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me to the after
Sure.
I became a wanted criminal? The Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate. I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings. If I can find them, we might be able to get some clues.
Okay.
Let's get...
Now to the Tenryou Commission. It's Sarah. What are they gonna do? Paint fucking older Kazuha? To make it look like his fucking grandfather? Or his great-grandfather? Maybe his great-great-great-grandfather? Hey, it's Sarah. Oh, that makes me happy.
She's such a good character.
Ah, I need more of her.
What are you all doing?
I wish she was a
Did
DPS.
something happen on Rito?
Same.
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you still remember me.
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the Vision Hunt decree. However, your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
Sarah, we'd like to ask about the Kaedehara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission. Do you know where all their belongings are now?
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful owner.
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to reclaim those belongings.
So you don't want your
I
shit?
just want to investigate them. For
That's what I'm saying.
I see.
What do you mean?
Alright, I'll inform the police station. They'll take you into the warehouse.
Thank you, sir.
And now we go to the to the warehouse.
Kaedehara, about the Vision Hunt decree.
Hmm?
That's all in the past now, Kujo Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles.
Oh?
However, may I
Whoa.
ask something of you?
Yes? What is it?
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me, Madam Kujo. I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
Alright, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it.
I love that
I've already
interaction.
informed the police station. There'll be someone to take you into the warehouse, so you may head there directly. As for all the belongings left by the Kaedehara clan, I will deal with them promptly.
What a nice person.
Yep.
Alright. Oh. We're going right here. I should... speed things up a little bit.
Sayu's faster than Mona, right? Mona and Ayaka.
Yep.
Damn, that's the ultimate travel team, yo.
It's my exploration team. It's literally
you must
called
be
that.
here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings. Well, Madame Kujo's already informed me of the situation. Please come this way.
Thank you, NPC number 1.
Nah, he had a name.
Nah, it's NPC number 1, bro.
Asayaka.
That's cool. I've seen his face like 30 times.
The Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. My deepest apologies. However, I have clearly marked the course.
Wait a second.
So they shouldn't be too difficult to find.
Is this a dungeon?
I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please come see me if you require.
Kazuha, since the
It looks
items are
like it.
scattered throughout the building, I propose we split up and look for clues.
Oh, now we're in Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for your help, everyone.
So what are we doing? We're just...
You have to go talk to each of them.
They're all just standing there. They all have they have the same pose too. Thinking. Oh, of course.
He's definitely thinking.
Why are you thinking? You should be drinking.
I will talk to Vinci first.
Some around here. Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to have liquor inside, right?
Bruh.
I love Venti.
I merely jest, of course. Come on. We're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you look so worried?
Well, Paimon doesn't what if we don't end up finding anything today?
I know you are worried about Kazuha, but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sara, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's ready to accept it. No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now, so you could say I have some experience in reading. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around elsewhere.
So you pull up for Vinci before Panda goes away?
Shit.
Oh, it's you.
I might have to pull on the next rerun. I love Venti so much.
I have yet to find anything of.
Whoa, this folding screen looks pretty old though.
Yes, perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I was taking a closer look just now and noticed a large piece of dirt caught in the fabric fibers on the back side. The soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather, because this is not what we're looking for now.
What? How does that make sense with what I said?
Wait, what did you say?
I picked the isn't this an important discovery? And he responded, because this is not what we are looking for now.
Oh, no. No, you skipped a line.
Did I?
Let me think.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I wanted to leave a message behind,
I guess.
Nah, yeah, I seen that earlier.
Something a little more special.
I think you're giving this game a little too much credit.
No, I saw it.
Mm.
When he said, hey, isn't this a huge discovery? And he said no.
Oh, okay. Alright, fair enough. Oh, what the fuck? What was that?
I'm currently investigating this sword rack.
I think that might have been Ayak.
That shit faded. No, that shit faded in and out. I was like, oh, did something happen?
Oh.
Then this blade should be super valuable, right?
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaedehara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaedehara used it for training as a...
Let Paimon see! Oh, There seems to be a couple uneven characters etched into the scabbard. Kazu. Paimon can imagine.
I will continue investigating here and call.
What did you find, Shinjo?
I found quite the pile of these books here are all related to smelting steel. And these...
The books about...
I skimmed through them.
None of this is... Yeah, I knew it.
Everyone, I found something that you should all have a look at.
And now we're back to the story.
4 pointless conversations. Got it.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was left behind by my great-grandfather.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while now.
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once, but he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time, and even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was. But now that I think about it, my great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Now that you mention it, this flower pot is kinda suspicious.
Let's take a closer look, shall we?
Oh, Paimon.
We finally found something! Do you think someone...
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means it's...
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink? Like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Would make sense.
I agree with this
Okay, let's...
There is a pond outside the police station.
Okay. Oh, yay. I don't have to walk out there. Thank God.
I'm like, walk to Rito now, because...
We gotta use the water by Rito.
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it.
Oh? What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great... Everyone, please follow.
Where are we going? We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Sailing through the skies. Inazuma. Alright, where the fuck are we going?
Come aboard, we're ready to explore. Wow, it doesn't take up stamina because it's her E.
Nope, but you can't regen stamina, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it.
Kaidehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
Oh, he looks sad.
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location. Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaid. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaidehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I finally decided to disclose the matter all those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission. I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths."
It was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger.
This guy looks nothing like Kazuha.
This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings.
Oh my god, was that Ito?
He had been patiently waiting.
Who is this?
He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden.
Is that?
That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai.
Is that Scaramouche?
Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedahara. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kunikuzushi." He then turned and left.
Mr. Fandango?
Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
Wow. So that
Yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kunikuzushi.
But nobody knows who that is.
However, due to the
Is
encounter,
that his real
the head of
name,
the
though?
Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business.
So the Raiden Gokaden was the sword?
Nah, the Raiden Gokuden was the group of 5 families that were all like really good at forging the Inazuman weapons.
Oh, okay.
He said,
Yeah,
as the leader of
the 5
Kamisato
different
clan,
styles.
I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Ishin art.
That was one of the forging styles.
Yes.
It is my priority to ensure the safety of my children and grandchildren.
Boy,
This has to be a fuck up.
I cannot wait. Whatever choice will I make?
Whoever did this?
That's right. If my grandpa had somehow
Whatever.
discovered the
It's
secret
whatever.
lazy.
Whatever. It's a pet peeve.
diagram all those
Whatever.
years ago,
Whatever.
perhaps my great-grandfather would have told him the truth. Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's words. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here. What are your thoughts?
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy. I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi.
Thunderbolt and lightning.
Rest assured, we will act
Very,
This is also
very, very frightening.
word.
As I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. But now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past.
Happened.
My fucking webcam started tweaking.
Oh.
Anyways.
Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me. I will live on just as my great-grandfather had hoped. That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye.
That's Kazuha. Classic Kazuha.
These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've... Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here,
Yeah, Paimon. Let's get the fuck back to what the fuck we were doing. Alright, and now Albedo can, draw Scaramouche? What?
Interesting.
today is the final stage of the Iridori Festival. Not only will
Yeah, they covered up. Woohoo!
Is this the unveiling ceremony?
Hello, traveler.
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Paimon wants to see what you're...
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly.
This better be a cutscene.
See what it looks like then. I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it. Is that so? There is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the...
I don't want to look around the venue. I want to get it done. Friends? These better be actual friends. Okay. They are.
Imagine NPC 1 and 2.
NPC 1 and 2? Yeah, it was a hard skip.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hello. Disappointment the character.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori Festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so at long last, I can take a break today.
Well, you know. When you have to hold the circle button a lot.
Yeah, man. It gets tiring.
Thomas sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked me to go back and fetch it for him.
Man.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could...
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
Damn, my boy ain't never present. Deadbeat brother.
Dead ass, though. Oh, look, it's Ching Chu.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you. Indeed.
Aether.
Thanks to you.
Who?
The signing event went off without a hitch.
Just imagine this saying Aether.
The readers seem most...
Shinto, is that just Paimon or...
You aren't mistaken. Though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, I have been on the watch after all. I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the... Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip.
Sure.
If you have please, remember to keep it a secret. Then, please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line.
So I'm busy.
Later at the unveiling ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Oh. Anyways. Ooh.
Right?
Well, hello everyone.
Hey! What are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two...
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
We were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
I'm in fact very interested.
Bird.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
That's it?
That's it. That'd be cool, the Archon and the Kitsune.
Don't give me the tease and not do anything with it.
That's what somebody said.
That's what a lot of people said. Yeah, it's ended up being an hour long.
I came here to
I knew it.
Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking. I knew you were still worried about me.
Of course I am. I'm also worried about when your rerun's coming out.
Thank you. But please, don't worry.
2 point never.
The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses.
God damn it.
See this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible intruders. But now, it's become a bustling place. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking up.
No, we haven't seen Kokomi.
Inazuma's already started to change, huh?
That's weird that she wasn't in this festival.
I was thinking, in some
Maybe she's in one of the side quests.
each and every one of us are
Oh, maybe.
to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens, and when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
Oh, Kazuha. Such a wordsmith.
It's time for the portraits unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the 5 Kasen Plaza.
Yes. Cutscene time, right? Here we go.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori. Today, we have ushered in and now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen. Kuronushi, which was done by none other.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is
Wait a
so
second.
nerve-wracking.
If this looks like Scaramouche, aren't they gonna notice?
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1. Huh? What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's skip.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kasen. The 5 Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kasen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Iridori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His psychological explanation is sure to win everyone's approval.
He doesn't have my approval.
Well, it seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close. Huh? Well, oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories. Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon!
Wait a second.
Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time. Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Paimon gets it now. Well, let's go. We'll get...
Who? Hold up. That person? They have a connection to the Kaidehara clan. They. So it's now Albedo. Is it Ayaka? Miko? It's not Kazuha. Wait a second.
Oh.
You! Nah, I fucking knew it.
As
He's
it
a
just
genius.
So happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Paimon wants to Let's see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Xingqiu and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
Excuse me? What kind of conversations is he getting into with Yai?
I hadn't thought of that.
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kasen to guide you to the Kaedehara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink. The kind that what Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger.
To be fair, what danger?
Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered.
Scaramouche is not here anymore.
That's required.
So what?
In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him.
He was like, oh, okay, alright, I guess the burden. But he was talking about, like, how if Kazuha find out about all this, like, he would be in danger or whatever, he wouldn't be able to face the dangers. And it's like...
Yeah, bro, he just ult. Who messing with Kazuha? The whole E, bro.
Yeah, look, you're not wrong. He said NC6, bro, then he got animal infused.
Come on, DPS.
The ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place. In which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter. Right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Oh my god, Paimon.
Not only Kazuha, you brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I figured you would ask this question. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future. You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, I've used it many times before.
Water.
Oh.
We gotta splash this shit. Splash.
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 It's getting pretty late. Snoop Soyato must have been
Wow. Did you see Aether throw that water?
Yeah, when I didn't want to animate
He
it.
said,
It's the Balladeer!
of course.
He was the one behind the trouble all those years ago.
When there is no one else near the portrait. As for the means of revealing... Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident. So I told Kujo Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in and run.
You mean...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing.
Why didn't you send someone?
The best way to protect the secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to guess. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaidahara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find. So, now on which part of Kaidahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected?
What's the answer?
I picked the second one.
The second one, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer to this question at present, so as for now,
It didn't matter.
enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
You son of a bitch!
The Balladita. Yeah, if you actually like do water attacks there, it'll come up again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's tough, right? Isn't
That's
that
cool.
Caveat.
Oh, look at that. Alright, what? Is there anything else that I need to collect? Probably not. Oh. Great. That's the flower picture event, isn't it?
Wow.
Okay. What else is there? Sure. And get the last one. Go. Alright. So I'll probably do that stuff tomorrow. Let's see, what am I at? 8407, 7 wishes. Alright.
What's your pity?
Nothing.
1.
I don't know actually, let me see. Sir. Fuck. Jesus. 0. All thanks to that motherfucker Ayato. Anyways.
Well, you're about like 2,500 almost away.
What?
Are you like 2,500? 3,000?
Oh, what?
Creepos away from guaranteeing a character.
From like getting to a 50-50?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I should be there already. Let me see. Hold on. Let's. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and end off the video there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Thank you all for watching. Let us know what you guys thought about the quest. It was interesting.
I want to know how Baldir is gonna factor into the story.
Yeah, like
what significance did he have? Like
it had like just enough to make me be like, all right, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like is he? Because it looks like he's gonna show up in Sumeru because they're essentially just teasing him constantly.
Right. They say he got away and Ayato let him go, so maybe he's headed towards Sumeru.
Exactly. So I guess we'll find out about that in the future. But we'll go ahead and end it off there. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other videos we have on the channel. And we'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.
See ya.